check.
Mic check. Mic check.
1 2 1
Mic
2.
check. Nah, we're actually live.
Oh, we're live.
Yeah, we've been live for a little bit. Just
Mic check though.
A good old-fashioned troll as we come into this game. Now we are joining the action in progress here. I'm Chase. We got Aiden here.
We got Chris.
We got Chris in the back, our IT guru. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. We're going to have a lot of fun on this Thursday.
And we got star-studded cast out here as well.
We got Joni. We got Jorge. We got Ricky. We got Florida. We got Basil. We got Woody.
We got Francisco.
We got Francisco. Are you kidding me? Brandon has joined the mix. Yeah, this is going to be a good game. And Mr. Brandon wearing his best cowboy hat in the big blind, sipping on a Miller Lite.
I almost forgot about Brandon.
You can't forget about him.
Did you say his name?
I did.
Okay, good. Then we did not forget about Brandon.
We collectively did not.
Our collective hive mind.
The hive mind is active today. It is Thursday, 3:20.
It is 3:20. Close.
I was thinking about jokes to make about that, and on the drive over here, and I couldn't come up with anything. So,
they've already been made.
Oh, look at this! The ladies for the lady.
Wow.
Lucy at the table, aka Joni.
And I think we missed one hand, and she had kings.
Wow.
And she lost.
Unbelievable.
The Cowboys did nothing for her. Let's see what the ladies do.
The ladies
stay in the lead.
Got an overpair here. And it looks like she's going to lead out here on the flop. A little C-bet action for $25 into a pot of $24.
I was going to say maybe put a bet out of 12, but there's also the club draw to charge people for. You don't want people getting there on you with the clubs.
And she shows.
She shows the ladies.
Yeah, the club is good for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And the clubs is even better.
Plural, because there's more than one.
There is more than one. Now, Aiden, check out what I did before we started our live stream. Flyers. We got some flyers. We're talking road to Vegas. We've got 3 tournaments a week that'll qualify you in points to get to the Tournament of Leaders. The top 9 players with the most points will get to play in a free tournament to win a seat at the main event, a $10,000 buy-in at the WSOP. Should be pretty excellent.
So those tournaments are Tuesday, that's our freeze out.
That's right, 5K guarantee.
5K guarantee. That's Saturday, our deep stack.
That's right, 5K guarantee.
And that is our Black Bounty chip on Sunday, correct?
Correct. And if you see the trend, you'll notice we got a 5K guarantee on that one as well.
4.5K guarantee? No.
Yeah, well. Yeah, it looks like Mr. Florida with the Queen 9 offsuit here. I was hoping he would hit big on this flop, but actually Ricky is ahead now with the pair of 5s. Yeah, Lucy with the 6-4. Up and down back door. Can you call it that?
Up and down back door?
Yeah, if you're looking for runner, I guess you can call it up and down.
Yeah, you are up and down back door because it can add to either side of it.
Right.
And it'd help you.
Yeah, we're coming up with new terms here.
Up and down open-ended runner potential.
The quad draw.
Yeah, I always have a full house draw.
That's right. Yeah, I like if you have 2 unpaired cards, or I guess 2 different cards in your hand.
Yeah.
Queen 9, for example, you got 2 quad draws.
Yeah.
That's right, queens or 9s. It's kind of like having offsuit cards. You got 2 flush draws.
Or, oh yeah, you beat me to it. That's exactly what I was about to say.
We are having a good time today, so I hope everybody is feeling fine. And look at this Woody with the Cowboys this time.
They're making their way around the table, these suited cards.
Here's the deal.
Suited cards, these matched cards.
These matched cards, these paired cards. Here's the deal. Ariat, I'm going to say, is a cowboy company.
What is it?
Ariat, Mr. Woody's hat brand.
Oh,
right there.
yeah. It's like I see a lot of people wearing Ariat around here. I don't know. What is the company? Is it just like a clothing company?
Just like a clothing company. I've heard that it is oil field chic.
Oil field chic.
It's a good way to put it.
What does chic mean in this situation?
Chic means kind of high class, high dollar, nice stuff.
Okay.
But it is rugged. It's apparently a rugged clothing brand. I don't know much about it. Look at this. Ricky turns a spade flush Now, we are doing Flush Frenzy today, and the stream does qualify.
Sure does.
So if Ricky shows this one down, he'll have one of the 4 flushes that he needs to win a $2,250 prize. Now, we're adding $250 every day that this Flush Frenzy does not hit. And when it does hit, we reset it down to $1,000. Oh, and Woody rivers a full house to beat Ricky's flush. Now, a couple of disclaimers on that. We do need to win the pot, and both cards must play.
Wow, that was, I'm trying to think of all the outs he had. So he had any queen, so that's 2, any king, so that's 4, any 6, that's 7, any 8, he had about 10 outs. So it wasn't that not likely to hit, honestly. I guess 10 out of however many cards that you have left. What's up, Marcos? How are you doing, man? We're doing well, you know, enjoying our Thursday with some 1-2 action. I think our stream needs to... Okay, I think it's running on... Okay, I think it's running on Facebook. I thought it wasn't running on Facebook. If you're watching on Facebook, let us know. Let us know wherever you're watching from. YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. You know, we got lots of platforms we stream on, a.k.a. just those 3. And Ricky does make the call there with the nut flush, paying Woody off. That, you know, it's hard, I think, especially with the flush frenzy coming in. It's hard not to call there. You know, but a lot of cards beat you there. Any pocket pair they have in their hand, any queen, any 6, any 8. It's a lot of cards that beat you there. And unfortunately, I think the flush frenzy helps Woody get paid off there. We're on hand number 6. I think we did, as mentioned, miss a few hands here or there. Nothing too crazy. But that does mean we're on hand number 7 now. George looking down at King, Jack, suited. Suited clubs, no raise here. Interesting. Think this is normally a raise hand. You want to get those weak aces off, like ace-6. Maybe ace-9 might get out of there. I think ace-6 just gets out of there. See, going off to a flop. 3-7 ace, and that's exactly why you want to raise there. Get those aces out of there. We got, so it's 3-7 ace. Who has the best hand here? Brandon, that's what I thought. I think Frank's going to get himself in trouble with these low aces, and he folds it. What a good fold. And George picking up the gutter ball to the queen on the turn. And he's going to lead out here. Brandon's going to almost snap call him. And there you go. 2 pair for Brandon. Something slight. If he was worried about something before, he isn't now. George just cutting out chips for Brandon to take at this point. Snap call. It was a snap jam, maybe. It was a snap raise. Almost the same thing. And Brandon take that one down with 2 pair. Almost top 2. 1 and 3. Coming off into hand number 8 here. See what we got going on with hand number 8. Ricky looking at the 7-3. Nothing much he's going to be interested in probably. George with another club suited. And George does have 1 flush already. He does have the diamond, so he's going to be looking to play these suited cards more often than not, and especially the ace-4. Lucy picking up these premiums too, and Brandon also. 5. Oh my gosh, Florida too as well. King, Jack, King, Queen, pocket 5s. Frank also picking up the 7-3, doing the same thing as Ricky and folding. Florida is the one to raise it. I think he's going to get called by everybody who's still in the hand here. And they do not make me a liar. Everybody calls. I think there's going to be a 10 on this flop, almost positively. That's my guess. No! A king and a queen. Lucy picking up top 2. Does she check it? I think if she checks here, if she can find the check here, Brandon and Florida might bet it for her. I don't think she will, though. Top 2, there is a hard draw, but there's not much else you got to be worried about except a set of 6s, and if that's the case, you're behind. Raise to 45. I think you're getting called from Florida here, potentially. Brandon does make the good fold. Marcia saying she should have came by to plan that. I agree. And we got plenty of seats left for you if you still want to make your way. But yeah, it's a good game. Like we said, we got a star-studded cast out here. We would have been able to add one more person to that star-studded cast. And look at this. Lucy goes all in. Miss Joni putting Florida to the test here. Now, he probably is not putting her on ace-king, and he makes the call. I think her flatting with king-queen got her paid here. And Florida is dead. Nothing in that deck can save him. Two. An inconsequential 2. And Miss Lucy takes it down. So let's see what these promotions we got going on here. We got the Road to Vegas, obviously. Tournament of Champions, the way you get into that is winning one of our Tuesday, Saturday, or Sunday tournaments. Tournament of Leaders, for every placement you get, which is cash, you get points, and top 9 point leaders will be entered in this final table style tournament. We just got the flush frenzy going on. If you make a flush with all 4 suits in the same night, you will get paid today $2,250. Of course, that goes up $250 every day that it is not hit, and if it does get hit, we'll restart it back at 1,000. We got the prize wheel, obviously, still have that running. We get our free roll on Mondays, of course, or Monday bomb pot free, or our Monday free roll with bomb pots if you like bomb pots. You love our Wednesday tournament, our double board bomb pot. Don't know if that one's updated. Oh, that's just me. Yeah, and this is the big one. And also in May, we'll have our series, I think starting 5/6, May 5th. So yeah, come check us out in May. Got lots of stuff going on. Lots of crazy, crazy stuff. Yeah, I'm blue.
All right. And we are back in the mix talking Road to Vegas.
That's it.
Rocio saying she should have come by to play in that. Yeah, you should still come by. There's plenty of chances to come check it out.
That's what I was saying. We got seats open.
That's right. We got seats open. We got more tournaments. We got all kinds of stuff going on. And we are running the Flush Frenzy for anybody who wants to jump on into that. Adding $250 to the jackpot every single day. Today, $2,250.
Nice.
Unreal. All you got to do is make one flush of 4 suits.
In one day.
In one day. Sounds easy enough, doesn't it?
Yeah, in theorem.
In theorem.
It's...
I like when people try to use the bigger word and end up using it incorrectly.
Is that not correct?
That is not correct.
How would you say in theorem then?
You wouldn't.
Do you ever say in theorem?
No. You say in theory.
Yeah, but then what's theorem then?
Theorem is like a mathematical formula. You know what? I'm going to look up the definition before I make fun of you and am wrong.
I know. I was about to say, it has
A theorem
happened.
is something that you prove in math. Yeah, it's a general proposition not self-evident, but proved by a chain of reasoning, a truth established by means of accepted truths.
I think it could be. I think it's less right, but I think it still is correct usage.
I think the Pythagorean theorem would be a theorem. It's something that's proved. A theory is like an idea that you're thinking.
Yeah, but
of
theory
here.
can be proved. So once it's proved, it's a theorem, like officially?
I think the theorem refers to the mathematical component of the theory
So theorems only happen in math
and physics.
and physics.
That's what Google says. Hey, don't shoot the messenger. I'm just Googling stuff.
Shoot the Google.
Shoot the Google. Well, don't do that either.
We got some interesting hands here. We got Kings for Florida. Kings have been making their way around the table.
Who is shuffling these cards?
Deck.
Oh, that makes sense. That's why he's got the Cowboys on every other hand.
Yeah. Just put on Brandon's cowboy hat.
That's right. 9-6 for Miss Lucy. Top pair, not going to be good enough. She folds. She knows what's up.
Does hold top pair. That's crazy. I think for top pair, I might see one more. Maybe you hit your another 9. Maybe you hit your 6 that you had.
Yeah, kicker problems is the name of that game, I think.
Yeah. But I think on flop, which may be a hole in my game, I'm going to see one more card. Now, 27 is a big raise, indicating that he has you beat in the moment.
Yeah.
But I don't think, I think if you hit a 9.
Hey, peeling is okay. That's what I say.
Yeah.
And look at this. We got Basil in the chat watching from North Korea. Family.
Fam.
I saw Basil pulling up today in his sweet Corvette with custom graphics.
I did not know what type of car it was, but it is a sweet car.
It is a sweet car. It's an 01 Vet with
Straight flush on the back.
straight flush on the back.
Of what suit?
It is diamonds, I think.
No.
Is it hearts?
No.
It's not spades.
It is spades.
Why is it spades?
It's because that's the best suit.
That is true.
Man, I was going to make you guess again and see if you went 0 for 4.
I would
0
have.
for 3.
I would have because I was going to guess clubs next.
Wow. I think clubs are the least likely to be like advertised, if you know what I mean. Like hearts, oh, I get it. Diamonds, spades are the best one.
I like clubs.
Clubs don't get enough loves.
Well, you can't beat people with hearts. You can beat people with clubs.
True.
You can also play golf with clubs.
True, and I did do that, and I got super sunburnt.
I see it. I asked you if I could give you an Indian burn on your arm, and you said no.
They still call them that?
I don't know.
Flush.
Look at this. Lucy flopping a flush of spades.
Flush on live.
Hey, that'll put her on the board if she can win this pot.
And look, so sneaky. Just checks it. And everyone else is dead now.
And yep,
Wait.
there's the
Oh, no.
ace.
Frank
No,
hits up the draw.
Frank drawn to Broadway. Just needs a king. Lucy holding one of those kings. Brandon's out of there. Frank.
I think he might peel one.
No, he peels nothing. He peels 0. And she shows the flush. She's on the board officially for that $2,250 prize. She's got 1 out of the 4. Just 3 more to go.
3 mas. The George also has one, I think. How many people? A lot of people have one this far.
Yeah, Jorge.
Yeah.
Got one.
Yeah.
I think he had diamonds, right? Yep, he's got diamonds.
Yep, Joni has spades. Sari has diamond. Virtue has clubs. Martin has diamonds. And Vanessa has heart.
So combined, between all of the players who have hit a flush so far today,
They've got it.
they've got it.
They can split it.
I wish it were that easy to just combine all the flushes
And just have it.
and just have it.
Man, I'm always breaking this chip clip. This chip clip is broken. Even when it's fixed, it's broken.
It is a clothespin.
Whatever. What is a chip clip then?
Agree to disagree. Yeah, you know what? Functionally, they are exactly the same. I think chip clips may be a little wider, I guess, at the brim.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I don't know. I use those to seal off my bags of chips also.
Mm-hmm.
It works all the same.
True.
Basil saying thanks, George of the Jungle. And Kip, good job commentating.
Oh, yeah.
I appreciate you, buddy.
Thank you.
And
Wait, you're George of the Jungle?
yeah, I'm George of the Jungle.
I see it. Now you're just missing the locks.
And the surfer attitude.
Does he have a surfer attitude, or was he just raised by gorillas?
He was raised by gorillas, but the Disney animated version, they made him a surfer of tree limbs.
That is true.
Frank just flopping top, no big deal. Jorge.
I was about to say, not much to be afraid of here for Francisco.
That's right.
Francisco. Oh, wow.
No.
Except exactly that.
Except a 2-outer, which Jorge hits on the turn.
Check it. And he does. Setting the trap.
Setting the trap. Frank gonna fire away. Drawing dead. Firing away to the tune of $50, it looks like.
So if that bet's 50, that leaves about 90 left in the stack.
Jorge, 40 is the bet. 40 is the bet.
So about 100.
Yeah, Jorge deciding to get all the money in. Frank snap calls and realizes the bad news as Jorge turns over. Hey, who's that chubby looking dude in the background?
And yeah, Francisco's dead, and there's not an out in the deck that can save him. That's the second time we've been going to the river. No sweat.
Hey, we are all in on hand number 11. We need to keep an all-in counter, I feel like, at the bottom of the screen.
We've had at least 2. At least.
And Jorge salivating, making sure his chips are counted correctly.
Yeah, make sure he's getting all the value out of there.
And Jorge offers to go twice.
To no avail, though.
Yeah, not going to really help Frank out at all. He is still drawing dead. Jack of hearts, of course, no help. And the king just twisting the knife.
Yeah.
Frank with 2 pair against Jorge's set on the bottom board.
And set versus top pair.
That's right. Not good enough.
Rough.
Big pot of chips headed to Mr. Jorge.
I was about to say, with ace-king there, if you bet 40 and he reshoves, are you not... I think you have to call.
Man, I would say better players than me probably could get away from it.
Yeah, but I'm talking about stack size at that point.
That's true. You've already committed 40. It's another 100 and change to call.
Yeah, and I think obviously the smart thing to do is fold if you think you're beat. But at that point, it's like I have so much money committed. Even if I am currently losing, I could win in a second.
Now, here's the wrong way to think about it. What does my bankroll allow me to do?
Does that allow me to keep playing?
If you have $200 more in your pocket, maybe you make the call there. If you don't have $200 more in the pocket, it might be an easier fold.
True. That actually does play a factor.
Yeah, that is the wrong way to think about it.
I'm about to say in the wrong way, because you simply. Yeah, I think that's one of the harder lessons in poker to learn. It's like, well, it doesn't really matter how much money I have or how much money I have left. It's what's the right play in this exact moment.
That is right.
And it's like, well, the right play is if I have enough money left to keep playing.
Yeah, and that's maybe a good way to think about it before you sit down, before you get faced with these decisions. Jack 10 for Florida, 4s for Woody. Pocket pairs every single hand so far. Am I wrong?
Pretty much, yeah.
That's crazy.
I think someone said you're supposed to have like 100x of what you sit down with, and that's ludicrous.
Oh, yeah. That's the correct way. You want to have, I think, conservatively, 50 buy-ins.
I don't.
No, it depends. Now, if you're playing poker recreationally, you have another job, you can get away with 20 to 25 buy-ins because you have a way to replenish your bankroll with your other income. But if you're playing and you want to keep from going broke, I think the conventional wisdom is about 50 buys. And Brandon up and down here on this hand.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even notice how crazy this hand is already.
Yeah, Woody with the set, Florida with top pair, good kicker.
And George with the backdoor ideas.
And Woody playing by the book, making a raise, putting as much money into the pot as he can right away.
Brandon cannot call faster.
Yeah, Brandon up and down. Looking to keep the board from pairing, but wants a queen or a 7.
I think a queen is more likely than a 7. Don't ask me why.
All right. We'll chalk it up to odds.
I think someone folded a 7. That's why I'm saying that.
Okay.
Maybe that was the hand before.
All right.
And everybody calls here.
3 players still in. Brandon has got dollar signs behind those sunglasses. checks around. Sorry, Woody. Woody has dollar signs behind those glasses, and he is going to bet $100 into a pot of 168.
Is that 1/3? No.
I think it's 2/3. I was going to ask you if it's 2/3 right before you said that.
Yeah, I was like, I'm trying to think of the math behind it.
And look at this, Brandon going all in on the draw. I like to see the aggression. Takes a sip of the beer, acting comfortable and relaxed. Cracking his knuckles. Leaning back in his chair, certainly signifying strength with his hand. Florida's top pair, no good here, but he is going to call, it looks like.
Oh, wow.
46 behind, not a huge amount of money to commit after you are this far along. And by the way, look at the fit on Florida.
Look at the watch.
The watch, the ring, the glasses, the jacket, the bow tie, all exceptional.
I'm about to say it's like that one Nas song, but I can't say it because he used a profanity, an explicitive. How do you say that word?
Expletive.
Expletive. There we go.
And Woody now faced with a decision here. Bottom set. Very strong hand, but is it strong enough to hold against two all-ins ahead of you?
I think it's good.
Yeah.
It's only 84% chance.
And it looks like he does make the call. And we got JJ in the chat saying, good luck, Basil. Lucky he's not in seat number 1. LOL. Sunglasses, smiley face.
I was about to say, I think that's a Twitch emoji, but that's a Facebook.
Ah, yes.
Probably just one from the keyboard itself.
What a time to be alive where Twitch emoji is something you can say, and everybody knows what you mean.
There's crazier stuff that via the internet.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to think of one that's like.
Oh, and look at this, a 7.
And I thought the queen was more like.
Yeah, chalk that one up to Aiden being wrong.
Commentators curse.
I'm kidding.
Commentators curse, but in the wrong way.
Exactly. And Brandon is going to scoop this pot. Woody all in, way ahead, but Brandon pulls off a 6-outer. 8-outer.
6. Any 3. 7?
4 sevens and 4 queens.
Yeah, I was about to say it.
As long as they haven't been folded.
Yeah.
Megan Menendez in the chat saying, best poker stream in the West. Yeah, okay. You know what? We'll be modest and we'll accept that. Very modestly.
Top 3.
Top 3.
And we're not 2, or we're 3.
And look, she's also on Team Joni this time. Switching it up. Usually on Team Basil. But she's rooting on Miss Joni this time, the lady at the table.
Basil, not sure you're going to be happy here, and the luck shifted it the other way. The support.
I know. There's nothing wrong with cheering for your favorite player. And I'm cheering for my favorite tournament.
There you go.
The freeze out. Just got cold in here. Freezing cold.
Freeze out cold.
Huge guarantee on this. $5,000 guarantee. I think we hit 64 last week. I think we hit 6,400. 240 to get in. No rebuys. No entries. The tournament director of the last Tuesday freeze out did say, if you have to rebuy, come see me at the window. And was reminded by the players, hey, I'm pretty sure this is a freeze out. And the TD said, well, come see me at the window and I'll tell you, go away.
Yeah. You're just telling them to leave.
Yep. That was me.
Going for the doors.
That was me. I was directing the last one. And again, I think we hit 6,400 in the prize pool. So certainly overachieving that 5K guarantee.
Nice.
I just noticed Basil's shirt says, it's on like, and a good old-fashioned 8-bit Donkey Kong.
Oh, I noticed a Donkey Kong shirt, but I didn't fully read it yet.
It's on like Donkey Kong. He is not wrong. And Brandon with the Jack Deuce. Florida with the Ace Jack. Blind versus blind violence. Florida has just added on. Coming in for the max 200. And flops Broadway.
Just flopping it.
Just flopping it. Now, we have seen Brandon play his draws aggressively. Let's see if he wants to get aggressive with this draw. He does bet 5.
And I think Florida called. Yep.
Florida should call that one. And offsuit 3 comes out on the turn. And it looks like Brandon's going to fire away again. $10 this time.
Florida bet was the initial aggressor there.
Okay. And a queen comes off, pairing the board.
Brandon finally checks it.
And Florida betting 35, on this street. And then folds, and look at this. He shows Broadway flopping a monster. And he'll get some of his chips back. Up $22 in profit on that last pot.
It's always scary to flop the nuts because you know most of the time it's going to get worse for you on the turn in the river.
It can't get any better.
It cannot get any. Well, I guess it could in terms of like you can give your opponent something good.
That's true. That's a good point. That is, you know what? Very fair, very valid.
But it's most likely going to get you in more trouble than anything else.
Yep.
It's like they give them draw to the out and they're going to hit it. Just a 7-outer, real quick, real fast.
But your 7-outer, no biggie.
Something slight.
Something slight. Been watching a lot of comedy. Old Cam Patterson. If you haven't seen him, look him up. Very funny.
Pocket sixes.
Another pocket pair for Mr. Ricky this time. And he always says type stuff. But not stuff.
Yeah.
I think we're okay, to say it. Just,
Yeah. Say
err on the side of caution.
Yeah, because we're on air.
We are on air, on caution.
Live.
Not on tilt.
And
Ricky with his pocket sixes has to call 18 if he wants to continue. And, yeah, he sure does. Pretty quickly.
There was a time in college, so my dorm had a fire alarm go off at the middle of the night. I was like, not the middle of the night.
I've been there, done that.
It's kind of like 10. I was like, oh, this is annoying, whatever. So called my friend who lived a dorm away. I was like, what are you doing? He's like, nothing. I'm like, all right, let me come over. I'm bored, and we have a fire alarm. So I go over there, and he's watching a comedian. I forget the name, but it was so funny. And I think I've asked him 3 or 4 times, what's that comedian's name? He tells me. I'm like, all right, I'll watch it. And I never do.
Dang.
And I just want to watch it. I keep forgetting.
Missing out on some good comedy.
I know. I watched half the special with him. It was great.
And we're Battle of the Queens right now. Jorge with Queen 9.
And I think he's gonna want to.
And a flush draw.
And a flush draw, yeah. Playing it kind of slower because he wants to see if his flush gets there, and it does not. But he does win the hand.
Keep the customers on the hook. Yeah, I wonder what comedian you're talking about. I would be interested.
I know, and I'm going to see if I can scroll up. We don't text all that much, so it's got to be somewhere close. Also, do you know John Early?
I do not.
He is there's a Netflix special called, I think it's called The Characters. And it gives random comedians, I say random just because, not like random they're bad, just random comedians, a little window to do skits. And Tim Robinson has been on there.
Oh.
Really good. John Early was on there. Really good as well.
Very cool. I'm into that. Been watching a lot of Shane Gillis lately.
Super funny, dude.
And Woody with the Queen 10.
Just calling. I like the Queen 10 not suited just calling here. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, look out. Ladies for Brandon. They have moved one spot over in 15 hands.
Fair. They took their time walking to Brandon.
Took their time moving from Miss Lucy to Mr. Brandon. Megan on Team Joni, lest we forget.
And lest we will not.
And Woody shipping it. A little limp shove action, showing off a lot of strength. A lot of players will do this with aces or kings. Woody with just Queen 10 suited, offsuit, I mean.
And if it folds to just Brandon, he's in rough shape here.
Yeah, Brandon is almost handcuffed to call here.
And I think he just called. I think other two fold. Yeah, and in rough shape, too, just because, he has 2 flush draws.
That's right, he does. He's got 2 flush draws.
And only 1 quad draw.
Yeah, and look at this. Up and down for Woody. A deuce comes off. And the river card's a 3.
No get back.
Brandon going to scoop that pot. Taken down. $241 in the middle.
That would have been poker justice, I think, for Woody if he would have been behind there and caught up and won. Also, I was going through the messages. Fateful Findings was that really bad movie we watched that's super hilarious because it's so bad.
I'm going to write it down.
Fateful Findings.
Got it. Got it.
If you do not watch it, at least watch the trailer. It is so funny. I think you have to watch it with friends, because if not, you can't experience the, oh, this is so ludicrous.
Well, I got a good friend called Captain Jack.
Sparrow?
Captain Jack Morgan. I assume his first name is Jack, but I'm not positive.
How about Captain Morgan?
Yeah.
Mm.
I assume his first name is Jack.
Have you ever had the off-brand version of Captain Morgan? Admiral Nelson?
I have not. Admiral Nelson. That sounds pretty good, though.
It's awful.
Okay.
Well, it's awful in the sense that I had it so much where now it's awful because of my circumstances. Is it yours? This next hand, only a queen taking it. And I think this might be aggression takes it here. Maybe not. Yeah, Francisco's the one to raise it. Still cannot find that comedy special. Francisco. Oh, it was not Francisco who made the bet. It was Pokeface Superman. Weird. Moocher saying, give him hell, Ricky. I agree. I'd appreciate if he did. Going up to hand number 17 here. Ace 3 action for Pokeface Superman. Another Ace 3 for George. Not of the suited variety, though. I found it. All my searching pays off. And George and Pokerface Superman here looking for a 5. And Brandon was the one to bet here. Only with the 3. And they all have the 3. Pokerface Superman does pick up the flush draw, and he gets there. Someone will join us on the flush list. He just checks it? No bet there? That is crazy. That's 2 spade flushes on the live. I can't believe he didn't bet though. You have the nut flush. Only thing that beats you, I guess. Oh, it double paired the board. Okay, I see it now. I do see the double pair. I thought I was just single paired. That makes more sense. Hand number 18 now. George working 9 to 5 and picking up a little small pot himself. Working 9 to 5 and earning just $1. Criminal ratings there. Criminal rate, maybe? Something like that. Something of one of those varieties. See, I've been listening to a lot of music here recently because my commute to work is a good classic 30-minute drive, and I don't know, I'm running dry. I got some few bands I'm listening to, but I don't really know where else to go. I'm like starting to go like into older music. I started with the beginning of Prince's discography, and man, he has a lot of albums. That man did a lot of music, and he's good at it too. The early stuff though he almost sounds feminine. Like his voice is very high pitched. And another pocket pair here, 9s for Ricky. Ace-8 suited here for Poker Face Superman. Let's see if he can get to the diamonds. And we got Jason joining us on the table in seat number 10, maybe 9. Ricky is the raiser to 13. Florida calls for 11, so does Poker Face Superman. And Woody gonna peel one here. Does have the spade draw. Let's see where we get. 5 deuce 7. More club than anything else. Is 1 diamond though. Ricky with the overpair here. Probably gonna make another bet, and I think it'll fold around. He's gonna go all in. He is. All in for hypothetically 47. I think he's gonna take down this $57 pot for $47. Florida does make the call here. I did not see that he did have a pair of 5s. So he's not drawing dead. Any ace, any 5. Oh my gosh. And all of them have been folded, but 2 aces. Oh, wow. Man, oh man. And he hits a 2-outer. A 2-outer to hit him the 2 pair. Ricky throwing up his hands in disgust at the poker gods for forsaking him. He did get in best, and only a 2-outer could save him, and it did. Rough scenes here on the poker table. If you get in ahead, you will most certainly not win the hand the way we've been running thus far. Hand number 20 here, the big 2-0. We've been here for a long time. Q, I think that's going to be Jason, seat number 10. His last name does start with a Q. I cannot pronounce it, nor do I remember it. George picking up the ace-queen here. Lucy with a 5-3. Going to fold to Charlie. Unfortunate. Brandon and Q both make the call here. Ace-9-4. Gonna get Q in some trouble here. Dominated with his ace. Brandon does have some backdoor ideas to this flush and a potential straight. 10-8. Brandon does get out of there after George raises to 40. I think it might be reasonable for cue to peel one more here, but I think it's a good fold. Yeah. You just almost know you're beat by a bigger ace. He did raise it pre-flop and then raised it on the flop. Hand number 21 here. Francisco playing the Charlie. Finally, someone sticking up for Charlie around here. Only took us a few hands, though. A lot of 5 and 3s out of the way, though. Francisco, spades are in the running, and he does hit one of them. And also, any 6. One of the better hands here, and besides two pair for Basil, he has a good hand, but does fold it. I would like to see him stick in there with the double backdoor ideas. Unfortunate. He does not stick in. I would like to see a run out there.
So if they're going to run it twice, I need to set it up here before the cards actually come out.
See what we got going on at hand number 22 here. We got ace 10, some king 8, some k9 action. What dog do we want it to be today? He does play it, so we can name it. That is allowed. If they do fold it, we're not allowed to name it. The Dober. No, we've done the Doberman. Is that a dog? King Corso? Cane Corso. Cane Corso is a K9 for today. I'm going to Google the Cane Corso real fast. They're bred to hunt lions. Wow. It looks like a... No, what?
How many pounds are we talking? How many pounds of dog?
10 to 12 years of life expectancy.
Okay, not the question.
Female, anywhere from 88 to 99. Male, anywhere from 99 to 110.
Taking down a lion.
100
pounds.
I don't feel like it would.
Yikes, I don't know. I would not want to go up against a lion.
Or a Cane Corso, if it doesn't matter.
How heavy are average lions? Siri. How heavy? Siri.
I turn that stuff off.
Okay.
I hate that. I don't even know if Siri works on my phone at this point. How heavy is the lion? Take a guess before I Google it.
I'm going to say 215 pounds.
That's a good guess.
I think that's low. And now that I'm thinking about it, lions be dense.
Yeah, but it's not like they're bulking. They eat to survive.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I'm putting 245.
245. All right. 420.
Wow.
I knew it was low. I was about to second guess about 500 pounds.
Well, yeah.
But I didn't want to cheat and change my answer.
It depends on what gender we're talking about. Male adult lions are 420. Nice. And female adult lions are 280 average. That's crazy. I didn't know they could that's heavy.
That's heavy. Dawson in the chat asking a trillion lions or every Pokemon. Probably one of my favorite internet debates I've ever gotten into. I told him that story a couple of weeks ago, I think. And I think it's funny he remembers. Trillion lions or every Pokemon? Actually, a small change over the debate. The original debate was a billion lions or one of every Pokemon.
I think
I switched sides in the middle of the debate. That's what makes it one of my favorite debates.
Because I think you have to go with the lions every time.
Yeah.
Because you're like thinking, oh, there's Pokemon, like there's a set of keys.
Right.
It's like I can beat that one. But there's also a Pokemon that like controls time and space and earth and matter and all this stuff.
There's a god Pokemon.
Exactly. That's why I'm like
Arceus.
Yeah, you can't take the Pokemon, and that's why I'm gonna 1v billion these lions.
One of the factors for me, I don't know if there are a billion lions on the earth right now. I doubt it.
Well, this is in a vacuum. Pokemon also don't exist.
That's true.
Florida taking it down with 5.
Look at that.
Another pocket pair.
Yeah, Poker Face Superman. Completely counterfeit here. 4s and 3s versus 5s and 2s.
Oh, wow.
Unfortunate.
I've always, we talked about this, I think, playing some poker with some friends. Isn't it weird that 4s and 3 loses to 5s and 2s? Because essentially they're almost the same thing.
It is. Yeah, I used to host a home game for some buddies at work, just real super low stakes. Have a good time. A lot of people would come by, never played poker before in their lives, and I had to teach them stuff. And they were like, why don't you just add the numbers? 4 plus 3 is 7. 5 plus 2 is 7, so shouldn't they tie? And I said, no, it goes by the higher of the two pairs. 5's up beats 4's up.
Because I think if you do the adding thing, it just adds so much malarkey to the game.
Malarkey is a good word. That is exactly what it adds.
Because then you would also have to do that with flushes.
Right.
Well, hold on.
Not really. You're not going to get flush, two different.
Yeah, you're not getting flush v flush.
Yeah, you're not getting spade flush versus heart flush.
True. Yeah. It just with the pairs one, it would result in a lot of draws.
Hey, speaking of flush, look at this.
Whoa, hey now.
Flush frenzy.
Still no one with 2 so far.
Yeah, $2,250, the jackpot for the flush frenzy today, and we'll add $250 to that jackpot prize tomorrow if nobody hits today.
It's like they don't want it.
Yeah, it's almost like they don't want it, or it's almost like it's hard to do.
Hard to do, smart to do.
But it is doable. We've already hit one flush frenzy so far this month. I want to say we paid out $1,750.
It was 2,000.
Was it 2,000 to Nassim?
Mm-hmm.
2K to Nassim, not
they
bad.
proceeded to hit the wheel for 200. Great day to be
Come
that day.
on. I mean, we are giving away money like it hurts here.
Like it's free. Like our pockets have a hole in them.
I love it. I love it. Come by, play some poker, win some money.
That's our Dawson, right?
That is our Dawson Weaver. Lucy with the Queen 8 versus Brandon's Queen 10 of clubs. Brandon going to get it through with a 3-bet on the pre-flop street.
All right. This may be a Wisconsin thing, but do you know what a Kringle is?
I know Chris Kringle. I know him very well. Used to write letters to him every year.
What was this crazy thing you had? Okay. Just favorite gift. No bias. Just your favorite gift of all time. I think I have mine.
I think when I was maybe 4 or 5, I got a Nerf bow and arrow set, and that was really cool to shoot at bad guys on TV.
Nice.
That was awesome. No, definitely not. No, it wasn't. I was 4. It wasn't that powerful.
Oh yeah, and you weren't that powerful.
Yeah. I can remember my least favorite gift was a bicycle. I got a Dino Air when I was in 6th grade. It was red. It was awesome. but I had purchased some of it on layaway for a whole year prior to that. And I had like $100 and something to go on it. And I was kind of mad at Santa Claus. I was like, why did I pay all this money doing chores around the house and mowing lawns in the neighborhood if I was just going to get it for Christmas? That was bittersweet. Great bike. Did some tricks on it. Very cool. All right, what was your favorite?
I think it was a Wii.
Wii. Excellent gift.
It was for Christmas. My parents, I was still at the age where I believe what parents said was law.
Yep, that's true.
And they were like, sorry, we can't afford one. You're not going to get one.
Yep.
And I was distraught. And then I did get one, and it was sick.
That's pretty cool.
I wish I still had it.
Yeah, they're not very expensive.
Yeah, but I was very big into the, you kind of upgrade. So, I would give that away, and then I'd get my PS3 or PS4 or whatever.
Sure.
But I think I wish I would have kept more of that retro stuff.
The retro stuff rules. I still have a Wii U.
Original Legend of Zelda.
The original Legend of Zelda is Chris's vote.
I've never played any of the Legend of Zeldas.
They're pretty good. I really like the...
Wii and you've never played The Legend of Zelda?
I was never into the Zeldas.
Gotta play.
I thought his name was Link. No. Yeah, I never got into him. I don't know why. My friends in college are all Nintendo fanboys. I never got into them. I don't know why. I don't know. Games for me are more multiplayer experiences than single player. Even though I do have fun with a good single player. Nine of Clubs.
Nine of Clubs gonna take this one down.
Spikes in the river.
Yeah, I guess that's where you and I differ. I enjoy the single player experience, and I enjoy a couch co-op single player game where you pass a controller back and forth.
I do like, give me an example of that.
The Legend of Zelda. You play it until you die, and then you pass the controller and you cheer on your friend.
I do like that. I do like a couch co-op like that. I do love playing Elden Ring and doing that.
Did you ever watch that link that I sent you last week?
Oh, how to avoid spoilers?
Yeah.
I watched a couple of seconds of it, and I was like, I'll continue it later, and I never did.
He's got one of my favorite lines. Somebody in the chat on one of his live streams said, imagine paying $70 for a single-player game in 2022 or whatever it was. Mm-hmm. And he said, bro, do you even know what it was like back then? Single-player games were multiplayer games.
True.
And he says it in his deep voice like that. Oh, man, it's funny.
Do you know Northern Lion? Do you know who that is?
I've heard the name, yeah.
Bald Canadian dude.
Sure.
He's very funny, just stuff that's inconvenient to people, but saying it as a jab.
Uh-huh.
He'll be playing a game, and one of his chatters is trying to oh, go do this, go do that. He's like, mods. He's like, put their clothes in the dryer for work tomorrow, and when he wakes up to get them out, make sure it's still a little damp. It's make sure both sides of the pillow are still warm.
They're my favorite kind of pranks. A little bit of discomfort for a short amount of time.
I feel like that's the whole day type of situation.
That is, yeah, because you're off your game for the rest of the day.
It's like waking up late.
I used to, at my old job, shred a bunch of paper and then take the shreds and put them in people's drawers, like their desk drawers. And not their pants drawers. And
drawers.
Yeah, and so they'd have to go through and clean up every scrap of paper. And you always miss 5 or 10, so there's just little shreds in there for the rest of their time.
It's like glitter.
Yeah, exactly. That was pretty diabolical in such a small way.
Yeah.
I also used to flip people's stuff over on their desk. I feel like that's a classic at this point.
Oh, yeah.
King high flush draw for Q.
The classic stapler in the Jell-O.
Stapler in the Jell-O. Trying to think of what I did the background switch a couple times where you take a screenshot of the desktop and then you delete all the icons and you make the.
That would get me.
Yeah, I've done that one a couple times.
That one would unfortunately get me. And Q, not even gonna get to see his flush.
Not even gonna get there. Not on the flush frenzy board as of yet.
That's always
plenty of time.
When you have the draw, you want to bet it so you get money in, but you also don't want to bet it.
Yeah, you want to get to the flush.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think my favorite prank that I ever did, somebody would not stop staying logged in on the computer that everybody used to edit videos. Mm-hmm. And so I created a batch file that would open a window that says deleting all data on the computer 15 seconds and had a countdown timer on it. and there was no cancel button. I made sure it was only an OK. And when you click the OK, it shuts the computer down completely. And so I changed the icon of the batch file to the video editor tool that we all used so that he would log in, open the video editor, and then it would display the message, virus found, deleting all data on the computer, shutdown imminent, or something like that. And then I deleted the shortcut to the video editor software, so he had no choice but to open that every single time.
Oh, man.
Yep.
Always had to delete everything every time.
He never talked to me again.
Should have stayed not logged in.
I guess he, I guess he found out it was me and didn't appreciate it. We got pocket kings for Q.
Again,
these kings are moving around. Now he's got the overpair against Woody's top pair good kicker.
And
we got a hand developing here.
middle pair.
Jorge with middle pair and a backdoor flush draw. Potentially a backdoor straight draw.
I saw a video recently. Someone put a bag of milk under someone's door and then stomped on it. That one, I'm not down with that. Milk sours.
That'll get you. You ever watch The League?
All in for Woody.
All in for Woody with his top pair playing aggressively.
I say Woody's been running into it today.
Now Q has to decide, is he up against potentially a set? Or is the overpair good enough? Jorge acting before Q and decides to fold. Q, I think, verbalizing a call.
Yeah. I think kind of have to here.
Yeah, that's a too strong of a hand to lay down, I feel like, in that configuration. And a jack comes out. Woody,
and a 10.
Wow, gets trips.
I think they're running it twice, though.
Q hopes they're running it twice.
Cause that'll be
Woody with the celebratory sip of the beer.
I think that'll be pretty much every out but one.
And here we go. We are going to be running it twice. Jack and a 10 on the first board. The second board is going to be an 8.
And a 10.
And a 10.
And a 9.
9. Q gets the second board. Chop, chop right there, as we say.
I say Woody has been running into it today. He got it in the head, lost. Got it in behind, lost.
Yep. Got him behind this time and won.
Wow, someone's at 3 flushes. Sorry.
Oh, sorry is the flush magnet, it seems like. You know what? I'm
getting the fourth one.
Yeah, the fourth one's going to be tough. He just needs to hit, I think it's a spade flush.
The ever-elusive fourth flush.
And it's hard enough to get 1 flush. And then it's hard enough to get 2 flushes or even 4 flushes, but to get 1 of each suit is pretty tough. Sorry just needs hearts. Hearts is what he needs. And we'll see if he can't do that. By the end of the day today, he'll win $2,250. Now, if he does hit the jackpot, never fear. The flush frenzy will still continue on for the rest of the month. We just reset the jackpot down to $1,000, and we continue to add $250 every single day that it is not hit.
It'll be back up to that in no time.
No time.
Oh, and I did find the name of that special.
Okay.
It's Nick Mullen, Year of the Dragon.
I've heard of Nick Mullen. I think I've watched part of Year of the Dragon. It is funny. Certified
Funny
good.
Classic. Hood Classic.
Hood Classic.
And another pocket pair, pocket 3s, and pocket 2s.
Look at this. Pocket pair count up to 2 for this hand.
Give me pocket 4. Someone folded?
Whoa, pocket 3 is no good.
What? It's 2. You can call 2.
You know what? I agree with the fold.
I don't agree with the fold.
I agree with the fold.
You set mine. For 2?
Eh.
If it gets raised, okay, you fold. All right, 2. I'm still set mine, which maybe is a hole in my game. I'm set mining for a 10 as well.
Okay. Now I know how to play against you.
We called you just set mining.
It must be a set mine here.
I always see 3 3s on this flop.
3 3s.
Yeah, meaning we got 1 too many 3s in this deck.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm pretty sure one of the 3s was folded. Oh, king, 10. Nobody holding a king or a 10.
Now if I ask Basil back, he's like, well, it was a good fold. We didn't hit a 3.
It was a good fold. If you do not win the pot and you fold, or you would not have won the pot, you made the right fold. Oh, a 5 comes off. Help for Lucy and Jorge.
Jorge with the best of it currently, though.
Kings and 5s with an ace.
3. Spike a 3. I'm pleading for a 3.
Aiden wants blood.
Would a 3 be blood for anybody other than Basil?
No. And the river card is a 9. Brandon with the better pair. Kings and 9s with a 10.
Getting there on the old Riviera.
That's right. G. Brown in the chat saying, "Go Florida, my love." Not my G. Brown's love.
Not yours?
Yeah.
Okay, of course.
I like Florida just fine. I don't know if we're that close.
Maybe not.
And it looks like it checks here. Q with the decision. He's got the ace-6. Ace high, and he is going to fold. Brandon taking it down. Taking it down.
Good fold there.
Good fold.
You're always leaving? Oh, I'm still on the mic. Hand number 28 here. I'm going to see if I can check out this V-pip real fast. See if we can get it out before this hand. Q playing most of his hand just got here, though, with 88%. Brandon with 82. George with 51. Woody playing exactly half of his hands along with Lucy. Poker Superman, our residential low V-pip haver always. Still with a high percentage of 38, though. And his mystery card he's going to fold. Probably was pocket aces. Didn't want to lose there. Francisco with the ace-queen. Florida not calling with a king-9. I think the raise was too high to get old Florida in there. And is that Corey we have sitting down? Is he playing? Is he dealing? Is he setting down the chips for another? I think he's setting down the chips for another. Maybe it's him. I think it is. Corey's sitting down on his live stream. Let's see if he can run it up. Corey, of course, one of our dealers here and residential floor havers, floor doers. Got some ace-7, ace-5 action here. Some king jack. I think king heart jack of spades. King heart jack of spades. I think that's the house hand. I think it is. And Q with the with the diamond draw. And Frank with the nut diamond draw, but has to hit runner. Oh wow. And I didn't even mention his Q's straight draw here that he does hit, and it can only get better. He can maybe even hit the flush. The straight is a little disguised here too. Let's see if he can make any money off Lucy here, who does hit top pair on the flop. Peeling jack of diamonds here would be disgusting. Does make the call. See if Q can get on this board with a diamond. Inconsequential 6, but it does make it any 9 gets there. Q though maintaining straight, maintaining the lead, and getting the win. Waiting for the graphics to catch up with us. We got a call and a raise here. Well, a fold, a call, and a raise. Here we go. Catching up here. Francisco with the ace queen, just going to flat it. Interesting set of hands. We got ace 3, jack 10, ace queen, the cane corso, the jack 9, 6-3, and 9-8. Oh, wow. Look at that Francisco all in now. Frank's all in for 145. George's going to be making the call here with a jack 9. Action still to come. Pokerface Superman with his favorite hand. Does look at the camera like The Office. Does have to fold here. I think it is a good fold. He does make the correct fold here. Is ahead of George, but I think behind both of them overall. I think they're agreeing to run it once, run it twice. I did hypothetically agree on twice. Flush gets there. Not over yet, though. Always a sweat, and George does get the flush. I think he already has the spades, though. Jack 10, a good fold. Maybe George not already having the spades and gets on the board again. Thank you. I did not realize they were running it 3 times. I did not even see the second run out. It happened so fast.
Jorge with basically a straight flush on one of the boards, using up almost all of his outs, but still manages to hit the third board.
Takes at least 2/3 of it.
That's right. And here we go, chopping the pot 3 different ways. Dealers hate this one simple trick. And speaking of simple tricks, good way to get in, win some money. The free roll tournament that we run every Monday, $2K guarantee on that. $0 entry fee. You can pay a $10 bonus to double your stack at registration. Rebuys are $25, and we have a $50 or a $100 add-on at the end of registration. Very cool way to get into a 2K guaranteed prize pool. And another good way to win some money. This prize wheel. Quads are better all week long. First 9 players to get to the table get a horse race for a wheel spin. The winner of that horse race gets a spin on the wheel. Giving away $200 and something in the past 3 days to the first wheel spin of the day for the first 9 players. Odds are good. You'll get a cash prize with our new prize wheel. It is excellent. And it looks like we've got another hand a-brewing. Hand number 32 coming at you. Jason pitching the cards with lightning speed. And it looks like Mr. Corey, a.k.a. Scrap, has joined the table, along with Mr. Joseph. Frank with the king deuce does make the call under the gun. Q with the 7-5 suited on the button. Up against Pokerface Superman's queen 3 of clubs. Corey played some PLO last night. We had a 1-3 PLO game going. Was a lot of fun. Deep stacks in that PLO game.
Oh, yeah.
Ran until 6 a.m. A lot of poker to be played here. 2 hearts on the flop. King high. Joseph hits 2 pair. K9. What was it?
The Cane Corso.
Cane Corso.
Via Chris's request.
Chris knows dogs.
If something Chris knows, it's dogs.
Chris knows a lot of things.
He knows tech. He knows dog.
He knows karate.
Karate? Taekwondo.
Taekwondo, sorry. My mistake, but he is a black belt. I know that for sure.
For real?
Oh, yeah.
That's nuts. When I have 2 reasons I wouldn't want to fight Chris. Because I wouldn't want to fight Chris and because he knows Taekwondo.
Yep. Yeah, that's about the list that I've got going, too. And Florida with the pair of kings, unfortunately, up against Joseph's 2 pair. Oh, I mean, Joseph's full house.
Yeah.
9's full of kings.
Checks it. I think he's making no more money.
Oh, and a deuce comes off.
Diamonds come out, but he has the king of diamonds. He has the blocker to the diamonds he's hoping to get value from.
He's going to bet. Florida with 2 pair, kings and 9s. May make a call here. He's beating kings and 8s. Or chopping, I guess, kings and 8s. He does flick in the call. Q out of there.
Shows the full house.
Shows the boat. And he'll take that pot down, $128 in the middle.
Going his way.
3 players, so a good profit margin there. $85 in profit from that pot.
I think I always forget to count, like, when you're playing poker and you win a big pot, most of the time, half of it was yours originally.
Right.
So you win $1 million. You only won, well, you win $500. $250 to that came out of your stack, most likely. Because, you know, there is cases where you're not quite heads up, so you're putting in maybe 1/3 of it.
That's right. Yeah, conventional wisdom says any money that you put into the pot is no longer yours. It belongs to the pot.
Mm-hmm.
But common wisdom will say, nah, that was my money.
And I just put it into this pot.
We are KoJack's in Midland, West Texas, home of the dust storms.
Wait, so originally on the Dawson question, you were every Pokemon?
Originally, I was a Billion Lions, and I was debating with somebody on the internet, and didn't like his attitude. He was on my side, and I didn't like his attitude so much that I just switched sides and said, no, no, no. The Lions will cause so much pollution by eating all the Pokemon. Their waste is going to poison the earth.
I misunderstood the question.
Yeah.
I thought it was me versus one or the other.
No,
Not
no.
them versus each other.
Right.
That's way different.
Way different.
That's a lot more thinking.
Look at this 2 pair on the flop for Q. Dangerous board, though. Jorge looking for a king for Broadway.
I wouldn't be surprised if Q bets basically pot here.
61 in the middle, but Florida's going to fire at it with his top pair of aces.
I think this gives Q a better chance to raise it even more than just pot.
Throw some money in the middle, and he does just call. Just making the flat here. I think Jorge going to peel off another card, see what develops. He sure does.
I was say there is a King 10 possibility.
There is. Lucy out of there. 3 ways now. On to the 4th card. Robert with a fresh haircut as well. Looks pretty good. Oh, another jack pair on the board here. Could be danger. Might slow the action down.
Not from Florida. Looks like he's grabbing greens.
Florida with 2 pairs here. Aces and jacks with a queen kicker. Q, though,
does check it.
Aces and queens with a jack kicker. And he checks. Deuce comes off. Complete blank.
Couldn't be blanker than that one.
Yeah, might as well have dealt that card face down.
Q takes it down with ace queen.
And that'll do it. Q taking down that pot. Again, good profit margin. 211 in the middle. 151 profit on that one. Tracy Green Parish saying, hey, y'all. What's happening, Tracy?
What's up, Tracy?
Good to hear from you. Thanks for jumping into the chat. I hope your Thursday's going well.
Mine is. I just got 2 cookies.
That rules. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank Megan.
I must say she make those?
No.
Oh, they're good. Either way.
Yeah. Well, she made them.
At the store and bottom?
Yep.
Made her way to the store and bottom. They're good.
And Dawson in the chat saying, if you think that one's crazy, wait till you hear 1 trillion lions versus the sun. I'm going to take the sun
I'm taking the lions.
Okay.
If there's a vehicle to get there, if they're just like stacking their way to the sun.
Let me reduce your argument. You're saying biology versus nuclear fusion.
I think it's going to make it so the sun goes dim.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the lions get vaporized, no matter how many millions or trillions of them at a time.
Because eventually the pebble will break the glass.
Sounds like a song. Sounds like Metallica came up with that one.
Oh, look at these pocket pairs here.
That's
Pocket
what I'm
board,
talking
pocket
about.
Jacks. King 6 is probably going to win the hand.
It is the only hand holding with 2 diamonds. No, Corey lets it go. He is lucky, though, according to his hat.
Live lucky.
And Lucy with the 5-3 of hearts. Brandon with the 6 deuce of hearts. Florida with the queen 10 of hearts.
Dawson making some good points here. He said they can gather all their spit and pee, though, and put it out.
That's some strange logic.
We have to lay some ground rules for these lions. Are they sentient enough to know that their goal is to dim out the sun?
Are they anime lions, is your question?
I guess anime, sure. Why not? Make them animated. Or are they just lions that, like, kill sun, and that's, like, they're still primal instinct, and they're not. How smart are these dang lions?
All right, genius idea here. We make an anime, an American anime, about lions battling the sun.
Mm-hmm.
Every day they wake up.
They're training.
Create a jar.
They're
look
training.
at this. 2 diamonds. You might have been right. Scrap may have been drawn to a flush here.
Yeah, King 6. So Andy's got backdoor Broadway opportunities, but Florida also with the gut shot.
And you can see on his face, Corey not happy about that flop.
I just realized Pokerface Superman did hit a...
Yeah, he's got a set here. And a boat.
Boat's up.
Corey happy he got away from that one now. And there's a queen. Florida. Just a bad run out there. Dawson saying the lions can fly and breathe and space. I can space too. Watch me.
I can end space all the time.
I just spaced.
So they're like Gryffindors from like... What's that from? The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe?
Yeah, it was... Yes, that book invented Gryffindors.
Yeah, but didn't they have them in there, or am I tripping?
I think the animal is Griffin.
What's a Gryffindor, then?
Harry Potter.
Never seen it.
Yeah, me too. Actually, you know what? I watched the first one and the 7th one, I think.
Weird.
Yeah.
Weird ones to die. Weird hill to die on there.
Went
1 to 7.
Yeah, a little family trip to the movie theater back in the day. My sister is a lot younger than me, and we went to show her some Harry Potter. I read the first book, got about 20 pages into the second one, said, nah, it's not for me.
But you finished the whole first one?
I liked the first one.
You gave it 20 pages in the second one? That seems criminal.
Hey, if it doesn't grab me, it doesn't grab me.
Well, yeah, but whatever.
I was in 9th grade. Pivotal time to read Harry Potter books. I think the problem was not enough violence. I'm kidding.
True. More death.
Yeah, more death. Also, part of the reason I don't like Animal Crossing that much, the video game. Not enough fighting or combat in there for me to keep my attention. I like farming.
You ever played Stardew Valley?
I have. I'm afraid of it.
They got violence in there.
You go into the dungeons,
Splunky.
the mines. Yeah, I'm afraid of that one consuming all of my time, so I have not played it. I own it on the PC, booted it up once, said, oh, this is addicting, see you later.
Yeah, me and my girlfriend currently have a world. We haven't played it in a minute. It's because I think we've gotten to the point where it's like we've gotten so far where like in doing anything is just like a copious amount of effort. You're not just like at the beginning, I gotta farm.
Now Woody with the flush draw up against Pokerface Superman's better flush draw. Florida with the pair of aces.
Joseph with a pair of 10s.
Look out. Pokerface Superman gonna peel maybe with the second nut flush draw. Kissing his chips goodbye. Corey getting out of there. Not enough of that flop to continue.
Yeah, I think I'm going to take the Lions versus the Sun, and I think I'm taking the Pokemon versus the Lions.
Pokemon are stronger than the Sun, is what you're saying.
What? The Pokemons?
You said you were taking the Lions versus the Sun, and then the Pokemon versus the Lions.
Mm-hmm.
So you would say that the Pokemon
Could be the Sun. Oh, 100%.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Wait, yeah. I mean, they got water Pokemon, and they got God Pokemon. We've established that.
The Sun is not made of fire.
It's made of something that's hot.
It's plasma.
Yeah.
It's not.
Plasma can be put out.
It's not hot. It generates heat.
Because it's hot.
EM machine.
You're naming the letters now.
Mm-hmm.
Your argument's invalid. I don't understand it.
Yeah.
Poker Superman does pick up a different draw here. Drawing a 2-pair.
Colin 25. Yeah, Colin $25 from Florida's Bet, and makes the flush on the river.
I think he's gonna get paid from Woody here.
Yeah, he's got the nut flush here. Woody with the 6-high flush.
And Woody's all in.
Woody's all in. Poker Face Superman, music to his ears.
Now I did beat Poker Face Superman in chess, but that brings the record to 1-10.
Yeah, I was about to say you got him once.
I did get him once, but it brings it to 1-10. And we played again today, and we didn't finish, but almost 100% sure I was gonna lose.
He is a beast at strategy.
He is, and I'm also a beast at blundering. Constantly giving up a piece for free.
I've noticed.
And it's not just a piece. It's like, oh, there goes my bishop for nothing. I don't even get none back. It's not even a trade.
It wasn't in a trade.
Yeah, it's not even trading.
That's funny.
Even the one I won, I gave away a rook. I would have been up like 3 pieces, and I gave away a rook for free.
Better luck next time. That's what I got to say there.
Mm-hmm. I'll say.
And it looks like Woody is out for now.
See if he comes back. You don't think Pokemon can put out the sun? All of them? There's so many Pokemon now.
Yeah, I don't. Talking in terms of scale, do you think one of every Pokemon would fit on the Earth?
We're not saying they have to be on the Earth.
No, but do you think volume-wise, do you think they would fit on the Earth?
Maybe.
There's like 700 or 800 of them.
Yeah, but some of them are huge. Paul saying, save a seat for me, JK's in Vegas.
Paul! What? Love it, man. Good luck at the tables, dude. Vegas is awesome.
I think he's golfing too. Good luck on the links.
What a time of the year to golf in Vegas. I bet that is.
Put on some sunscreen.
Put on some sunscreen. Yeah, learn from Aiden's mistake.
And I even put on sunscreen.
Paul, I will say, not quite as pasty as you are, Aiden.
No, just a little bit darker.
I can see through you.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yep.
I'm a great candidate for. I was about to say. I meant to say IVs. I almost said HIVs, which is not what I'm a great candidate for.
Something different entirely.
Can't stand the stuff.
Another pocket pair this time for Corey. Pocket nines. Lucy with the queen jack.
9's good.
2 diamonds on the flop here. An 8 for Joseph. A burp for Aiden.
It's supposed to be perfect weather for golf. I bet here, not so much.
A little dusty.
A little dusty, a little windy.
Dusty out here.
Golfing into wind is really hard if you think about it.
I've heard.
We started early enough though where the wind didn't affect us really until the back 9.
That's always nice.
And I suck at the back 9 anyways, so.
Corey's over pair, bets it. Q calls. One customer with the bottom pair here.
Peeling with the straight ideas as well.
Oh, a deuce gets there. Not much help, but does give Q 4 outs total.
Yep, Corey's going to see exactly where he's at, betting here. If he gets raised, knows they have diamonds probably.
And Corey with the flush draw, though, does have a 9 of diamonds in his hand. Q holding no diamonds. Folds.
Q does fold, and Corey flashes the 9s at him, telling him good fold.
Corey taking it down, building up a stack.
A cat stack.
I like how Corey stacks his chips in 40s, making him a little taller than most.
40s, what do you mean? Like, 40 chips.
40 tall.
I thought you meant like $40. I was like, that'd be not a lot.
No, just Edward 40 hands.
I'm not a fan of the stacking in 50s, in the $50 amounts, 10 chips.
Yeah.
It's too much.
That happens.
I do like the garage build, though. Some people do. Zach, a common garage haver, he'll just build a stack in a perfect little garage I can pitch into.
A garage haver.
Garage haver.
Yeah.
You know Zach.
I do.
Garage haver.
Love it. Yeah, Zach. He's known for having garages. He's a garage haver.
Mm-hmm.
Game will continue if the stream is over.
Ooh.
And we have been streaming for a long time now, about an hour and a half. Thanks for checking us out so far. We're still streaming. We're still going strong. We're still talking promos, prize wheels, flush frenzies.
We're getting 40 hand at least. Gotcha. 10-4.
And I just heard a story. Sorry is up to 3 out of the 4 flushes.
We talked about it.
He made a spade flush
Ah.
and lost to a boat.
He has a spade flush.
Sorry, a heart flush. He had the 4th one and lost to a boat. You got to win the hand in order for the flush to count.
Q with 2 pair.
Q with 2 pair, 9s and 7s.
Middling 2.
That's right.
Ain't no one with a queen
Brandon looking for a straight here.
or another. No. Maybe he thinks he's looking for a 6 or a 7, but they would be no good.
He is not. At least the 8s are live. All 4 of them in the deck are highlighted.
I think we did get to see a river.
Oh,
my
it
God.
was an 8.
Brandon.
Q with the check right there. Unbelievable.
Great check. Brandon, I think he said every draw he's like got to the river with.
That's all you got to do. Just hit the draws.
Hit your
Easy
draws.
game.
Nothing's easier than hitting your draws. Man, oh man. That is, yeah, sorry was one of the people who, I think it was when it was at 1,000, maybe a little bit more.
So the answer is yes. All of the Pokemon will fit on the Earth.
Oh yeah, that's what I was looking up.
And the Earth is like 1/500th the size of the Sun.
Yeah, but there's, I don't think you understand.
The Earth is a small percentage of the Sun, and Pokemon would fill a small percentage of the Earth. Talking sheer volume.
There's 1,025 Pokemon, by the way.
Are they up to 1,000?
Yeah, up to 1,000.
Unbelievable.
That's what, like,
Whoa, Q's for Q.
yeah, wow. And
Under the
yeah,
gun, just going to limp. Poker Face Superman with the house hand.
9s for Francisco.
Joseph, the 6-3, way behind. Jorge with the ace-8.
Brandon with
At
Queen
least
Jack.
he has the overcard.
Brandon with Queen Jack taking one of Q's.
That's right. 5-3 for Florida. Looks like it's going to be a limp pot. Florida going to check.
But
Yep, Brandon just calls the 1. Florida checks, and we are off to a flop.
my reasoning for picking the Pokemon is if there's 1,025 Pokemon at this point, they've have to get like run out of ideas where they've just made one too strong. Surely.
Oh, Jorge hits his ace.
That's
Q-
why you have to raise your high pocket pairs.
Q down to less than 1% here on the flop.
Oof.
He could get there.
He could get there. 1 queen,
1 queen left.
and it's all his.
Not likely to hit. King Jack and Poker Face Superman looking for the last queen would be blood, giving Q a set, and Poker Face Superman Broadway.
I was about to say a jack, a king, or a queen could kill George's action though. Could
That is true.
who raised it? George raises it with his ace.
Poker Face Superman making the call. Frank with the pocket 9s. Stays in.
Little does he know, he's all. Oh yeah, the 1 queen does not even save Q.
That's right.
He would need a queen and then more.
Would make it way worse for Q. Oh, a 9 comes off. Frank pulls ahead.
Pocket 9. I didn't even realize.
80% to win this. Poker Face Superman now officially drawing dead along with Q. The 2 best hands reduced to absolute 0. Ham in the chat. He's late.
He's late.
You know what? That's okay. We'll let you in, buddy.
I'll allow it.
I'll allow it. Yeah.
Were you here when Ham left? Ham went back to Louisiana.
Ah,
I know.
bummer. Well, hopefully he'll be back sooner or later.
Yeah, I said if he ever makes his way down here again, he'll come out. But you know, no one's ever trying to make their way down here.
Great guy. And an 8 comes off. Brandon makes the straight.
Draw, he gets to the river. He gets there. That's his second flush he's beaten with his straight.
What is even happening? All in and snap call from Jorge. Two pair.
Jorge gets two
no
pair.
good.
Man, oh my Lanta.
What a pot right there. And Brandon sliding all his chips forward so the dealer can count them up. He does have everyone covered.
Justin streaming, watching from 2 different accounts, getting our numbers up in here on Facebook and in here on YouTube.
That's what I'm talking about. Ham is the man.
Watch us on your phone, on your laptop, on your iPad, on your children's iPad.
Set up the streams.
Set up the stream.
Create new accounts. Open new tabs. Watch them on multiple devices.
Take somebody's phone.
That's
use
theft.
their phone.
Yep. Yeah. Borrow. Yep.
What'd you say, Chris?
Is it okay to cross the streams?
Cross the streams.
This is the one case where you can cross the streams. Ghostbusters rules do not apply.
I've never seen Ghostbusters either.
What is wrong with you?
I know. I even own it because we were like, oh, you need to watch it, and then we just never watched it. I am watching The Godfather right now, though. I made it to part 2.
Okay.
The first one, it was good. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not understanding like the critically acclaimed hype. It was good. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed myself.
It's a product of its time, perhaps.
Maybe, but it was good. Corleone.
Look how they massacred my boy.
You come to me, the day of my daughter's wedding. I do like how the beginning of the second one similar to the beginning of the first one.
Ah.
It's a party.
Justin in the chat saying, what? Yeah, our thoughts exactly. What a wild hand.
Yeah, that was Brandon's 3 for 3 on draws getting to the river.
Can't help it. Wearing that cowboy hat is working.
I'm going to take his 10-gallon. Maybe I can make $10.
There you go. Not a bad strategy right there.
Man, oh, man.
And here we go.
Hand number
39.
39.
Coming at you. Thanks for spending your Thursday afternoon / evening with us. We do appreciate it.
Oh, yeah.
We appreciate views. We appreciate comments, likes, subscribes, all that jazz.
I guess I forget you can subscribe to us.
Oh, yeah. Hell, with that hand, I'm talking about Godfather and Ghostbusters.
I thought he might have been.
Yeah. Him, what do you call it? Cinephile.
Oh, him
a
like
movie
movies?
connoisseur.
Ah. Pocket 3s for Florida. Another pocket pair.
Going set mining.
Q checking his 7 deuce. Nice.
Boop.
Noon.
6-7 for Corey. Up and down straight draw right here.
Oh, yeah. Disguised as all can be.
That is true. 2 pair for Lucy.
I'm about to say 8-5 for Lucy. Pocket 3 is a set for Florida.
Wow. The
These
hands are
hands.
getting crazier.
I say sometimes it's often one person's getting a hand and no one else is really getting one. We're getting multiple people with multiple good hands here.
And huge stacks. You need only look at the massive tower of chips in front of Brandon to see that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've set, open-ended, and 2 pair. That was the last hand, too.
Yeah.
Set, hit the straight, and 2 pair.
Yep. Let's see what kind of wild shenanigans happens on the turn here.
Do not pair the board, because that would kill the hypothetical action we got running here.
And Lucy raising to 45, 3-betting here on the flop and getting some callers.
Florida just flattened here. Keeping the action alive.
And it looks like Jorge's going to come along as well with his pair of 5s.
And he's not dead. Any ace gets him a better 2 pair,
Not
correct?
dead, but
Not very live either.
yeah, drawn slim.
A 5 and an ace.
Looking for a 5 or an ace. A 5 actually would hurt him.
Well, 5 then an ace. In that order.
Florida going for it. $20.
Those chips.
Corey coming along, peeling off another card, hoping to get the straight on the river.
Now, if he was sitting in Brandon's seat, I almost guarantee he was going to hit it. But
Jorge gets out of there. Yeah, you're right. Brandon can't miss in seat number 8.
Lucy's all in. for 46.
46 more. Florida going to make the call here.
And it does reopen the action. I think that would have been an interesting spot to jam in.
Yeah, Lucy is behind. Corey's going to have to decide an all-in 3-bet and a call in front of him. He makes the call as well.
Oh, Florida did jam, but he only 24 behind.
Mm-hmm.
Potentially. He still has a stack in front of him. I think the graphics might not be right there.
And that's okay. That happens every once in a while. And the river card.
I think, Florida bets.
If it's another jack, Florida's way ahead. Corey calls. Must have missed a straight. Folds. Must have missed a straight. And Lucy's going to show her 2-pair. Dead to Florida's set of 3s. He's got 3 3s.
3 3s. That's why you call with your 3s.
And there you go. Florida getting some chips.
Let us see the wins.
All right, let's see the wins
how
here.
Much Brandon's up.
Brandon is up. Let's put it that way. $973 in profit. He has crossed over the $1,000 threshold here. $1,171 in his stack.
First one to 1,000.
Hey, he gets that prize. And we'll award him a nice pen, black ink, ballpoint.
Where are they pointing? George throwing the party here with throwing the party. Only got 187, but even when the stream ends, the action's not over. Can't always come back from that.
The action does continue for a good amount of time, and I expect this game to run fairly late into the evening / early into the morning.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but is Ghostbusters good enough to go back and watch?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it holds up.
It holds up. I gotcha.
It holds up. Ghostbusters 2, arguably better than the first one, even.
Ghostbusters 2 is... What's the one they changed the cast?
They remade. Yeah, they rebooted it. It was an all-female cast.
Mm-hmm.
It did flop in the box office, and then they made another one, I think the Ice Kingdom or something like that, and it was the original cast of old farts.
Did it flop?
No, I think it did very well.
Nice.
There's also a Netflix Ghostbusters movie.
And a Netflix Ghostbusters movie, I'm told. From Chris, our IT guru / Ghostbusters wizard. And look at this, Lucy hitting a set of 3s now.
3s are hot.
If you get pocket 3s, play them today.
I say all the good hands pre-flop hitting Jack Diddley squat. No one holding 2 diamonds, so Lucy's not even sweating the diamond draw unless someone hits runner. I think he's going to fold around here.
Yeah, looks like no takers. And Lucy gets the pot, 108 in the middle, headed her way.
They have 2 after the all-female cast one.
2, yeah. The Ice Kingdom was, I think that's the second one. Ham Nose Movies.
Ham Nose Movies.
That's a good website idea. Ham, if you're listening, I want 10%.
And you to know more movies.
Yeah. I can write it up. I'll ghostwrite for you, buddy.
I get it, because Ghostbusters.
Hey.
Yeah, I'm still trying to finish Lord of the Rings. I got to wait for my girlfriend to send me the discs.
Oh, watching on DVDs.
Mm-hmm. I think you can watch discs on your PS5. Lucy with the Cane Corso.
Cane Corso, hello.
Gotcha. He's got you on the 10%.
Love it. Hey, I'm saying we're gonna be millionaires, Ham.
Gonna hit it big.
We're gonna make it big. Your name in lights, doll. Well, Lucy with the K9 of farts, drawn to the nut flush here on the flop. 6-7 for Brandon, a back door straight draw.
King 9, the current best hand. No one even has a pair yet, right?
Looks like it.
That's crazy.
Well, now everybody has a pair of aces.
True.
True dat.
Who dat?
Yeah, it looks like some tasty Chinese food in front of Mr. Jorge.
GGY, put my name in gold.
And Q folds his flush draw. Straight flush draw. Steel wheel draw. Looking for a 4 of spades, but he's out of there now. Let's see that card come out on the river. Come on, Robert.
4 spades.
4 spades.
Make him feel it.
Por favor. And, of course, it's not the four of spades. It is the king of clubs, Lucy, with a pair of kings, a pair of aces.
Best hand.
She's got the check mark. And a good, well-timed bluff from Joseph. Let's see if he can get this one through.
Does.
And does. Lucy, having no part of that, did not hit her flush, does not care about that pot anymore. And she's already on to the next one. And digging into some egg rolls in the meantime. And that'll do it. That is our stream.
We end with a K9 winning but losing.
Love it. And come check us out here for the road to Vegas. We are running many tournaments here all the way through May 20th. So another couple of months on that one. Any tournament with a 5K guarantee. First of all, 5K guarantee. Awesome. Second of all, if you place in those tournaments, if you cash out, you do get points. That'll enter you into the Tournament of Leaders. Top 9 points holders will be eligible to play in that Tournament of Leaders. Or if you win any of the tournaments that have a 5K guarantee, you're entered into the Tournament of Champions. 2 different ways to win one of the 2 seats that we're giving away to the WSOP main event. $10,000 prize package. Pretty cool right there. Of course, we're also running the Flush Frenzy for the rest of the month. Just hit 4 flushes.
Some slight.
Some slight. Easy to do. And don't forget about our tournaments. They are going to be a lot of fun. We got one coming up on Saturday. We got another one coming up on Sunday. And another one on Tuesday.
Those are the 3.
Those are the 3. So make sure to come check it out. I'm Chase here. We got Aiden and Chris, our IT guru, in the background, as well as Mr. Computer right here. Pretty good stuff.
Open computer.
Open computer. Thanks for checking us out, everybody. Hope you had a good time. And we'll be back again next